Hi guys, I'm here to do a book review. I just finished finally the book Dreamside by Graham Joyce. It took me a few days to read this only because I've been busy. My schedule at work was a little bit different and I've been shopping. So this book, I will go ahead, I would read the back, but the back basically tells you what I'm going to say. So I'll just say it. This book is about a science experiment, basically. Four students in 1976 decided to partake in an experiment of sorts. It's about dreaming, and it's actually called, oh, crud, what kind of dreaming is it called? Lucid dreaming. It's called lucid dreaming. And there's a professor that's running the experiment, and lucid dreaming is basically where you can control your dreams. Basically, when you know that you're dreaming and you can make things happen in your dreams. And at the beginning, none of them have that. None of them are able to do that. They all join the experiment under false pretenses, and they eventually, though, learn how to control their dreams, and they are able to meet each other in their dreams. And this one place that they meet, it's called Dreamside. That's what they named it. And so it starts off in the present time of 1986, and then it goes back to 1976 to tell you about the experiment and how everything started. And then after it goes through the experiment, all the way up until the time the professor dies, and that's when he tells them to stop doing it now, which they don't. It then goes back again to 1986. And what happens is that they don't stop doing these experiments, and it gets more evolved, and before they know it, they're actually having these weird experiences when they're awake. It kind of reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger, with the dreaming and how they know they're dreaming, they're afraid to go to sleep, they can pull things into their dreams and they can take things out of their dreams. In this book, they don't talk about taking things out of their dreams. There's one instance where something comes out of the dream, but it wasn't on purpose. And then there's just this weird stuff that happens when they're awake. And the more that this goes on, the longer this goes on, there's a huge chance of them ending up in Dreamside and never getting out. So basically never awakening again. So one of the girls, Ella, who was in the experiment, 10 years later, comes back and gets all of them together again, so all four of them together again, to go back into Dreamside together and kind of end this. So that way, they can fall asleep and dream and not be scared of anything, because right now, they're afraid to go to sleep. So it was a pretty good book. I wish that there was more to it. There wasn't a lot of detail, I guess, like a lot of instances of things happening. It kind of was like an overall view of everything. It's kind of how the book kind of made me feel like it was written, instead of giving little examples, little instances of things, I guess. But it was still a pretty good book. I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5, just for that reason. The characters I like the characters. This actually takes place in, I don't know if I want to say the United Kingdom or somewhere like that. It does not take place in America, I know that. So, but yeah, so that was Dreamside by Graham Joyce. And now, I don't know what book to read next, so why don't you guys tell me which one you guys want me to read next, and depending on what I hear before, by the time I get out of the shower and everything, get settled down to read, I will go ahead and pick that book to read. So it's either going to be another Faust or another Faust by Daniel and Dinah Neri. And this says it's about... On a single night, 5 children suddenly vanished from their homes in Paris, Glasgow, Rome, and London. Years later, 5 enigmatic teenagers make an impressive entrance at an exclusive New York holiday party with their strange but beautiful governess, Madame Villeroy. Rumor and intrigue followed the Faust children to the elite Manhattan Marlowe School, where their very presence brings unexplainable misfortune. Using gifts given to them by Madame Valeroy, these mysterious teenagers rise to suspicious heights at Marlowe. Though at first their abilities seem almost childlike in their simplicity, they soon learn that their newfound talents for cheating, stealing, hiding, and lying are far more potent than they had ever imagined, and far more addictive. Ignoring the side effects of pursuing their individual obsessions, bargaining with the very devil in their midst as they claw their way to the top, these 5 ambitious teens draw ever nearer to their goals, until 2 of them uncover a secret even more shocking than their own most unforgivable sins. Dialing up the ancient dilemma of indulgence versus redemption, this modern-day retelling of the Faustian bargain story, set in 21st century Manhattan, provides a look into the cutthroat world of high school competition that is both bitingly funny and scorchingly wicked. Or The Intruder by Peter Blauner. And this is about... The Intruder is a blockbuster thriller that confirms James Ellroy's assessment of Peter Blauner. Okay. Can a good man go too far to protect his family? That is the question underlying this gripping tale of a family fighting for its life, which pulls the reader into its stranglehold of terror. Having survived a childhood of physical beatings and psychological torture, successful Manhattan lawyer Jacob Schiff cherishes a stable family life with his wife Dana, a psychiatric social worker, and their teenage son Alex. But Jake sees it all unraveling when John Gates, a homeless man who has become Dana's patient, starts stalking her and menacing the family. As Gates' behavior becomes even more bizarre and violent, and no one seems able to stop him, Jake is driven to the breaking point by fear and desperation and takes a fatal step that could destroy everything he cares about. Woo! So, this is adult fiction. The other one is young adults. So, what one do you guys think I should read next? This Intruder sounds really, really good, but another Faust or another Faust has been sitting on my bookshelf for a couple months now. So, you guys decide my next book. All right. See you later. Bye.